I wanted to thank everybody for being here tonight. We do want to honor your time, so this will be about, I would say, 30 to 35, maybe even 40 minutes. Like I said earlier, my name is John Rakatan out of Cleveland, Ohio, National Director with Consumer Choice Marketing. If you're new to the call, I'm one of the veterans in the company. I will be here 5 years on October 22nd of next month, one day away from that. I can't believe it's October already. And, I just wanted to, go through this webinar right now to give you guys a brief overview of our company. A lot of people have been requesting these evening webinars so that we can get the information out to the field. As you heard on the call, people introducing themselves, they're from all over the country. We got people from California to Maine. The company right now has just had an incredible week, and I do mean a record-breaking week. I saw people coming in from states that I know we didn't even have some brokers in. I saw people coming in from cities I know we didn't have brokers from. So hats off to the brokers out there in the field getting this information out there. When you do have a company that is hit an industry that is, in the hundreds of billions of dollars that you're looking at, and you have a way of going out there and attracting businesses and, commercial accounts and residential accounts in that market, you have a huge win, and we are obviously that company right now, and I do want to, let you know that. So let's get this started. The company is called Consumer Choice Marketing. From this time forward, I'll use the initial CCM, as you can see on the screen. Real simple, guys. We're founded in 2008. This is the marketing arm of our commercial division, and we're 100% debt-free. We're solid, stable, and experienced, and we're committed to your financial freedom. I tell a little story. When I was at Cisco Food Service, I was working in the warehouse there for 30 years. I drove tow motors. I drove trucks. I did everything you could possibly do in the union ranking there, and I love my job, to be honest with you. I loved the company. The company took care of me, but I was never going to get what's known as equity from what I did. If I did something, it was $1 for an hour or whatever. I was just punching a clock, and you know the stories about what it takes to become wealthy. If you're punching the clock, you almost have to work 24/7, and that did not happen. I realized at a young age, in my 40s, that I am not going to retire in my 60s from this company. Thus, I started looking around and was introduced to Consumer Choice Marketing from one of my best friends. He showed it to me, and believe it or not, folks, on this call, the story goes like this. He introduced me to two gentlemen who were involved in his company. They're police officers, and he didn't join. And I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview as you go through this PowerPoint of what that would have meant to him financially. As a matter of fact, he would have been retired probably 2 years ago if he would have just joined and brought me into the company. And we'll talk about what that means, because a lot of people make decisions in their lives, and a lot of times they look back and they go, oh, my gosh. If you haven't seen some of the articles out there going on, I mean, there was a gentleman in 1976 that sold his portion, 10% of Apple, for $2,800. Right now, it would be worth $60 billion. So I don't think my friend would feel as bad as he would, but I think they would both understand that they're not overriding something that would draw them equity. Now, our company being committed to your financial freedom is a fact, and you'll know when I show the owners here in just a second what we're talking about, okay? Doug Teske is I call him the mastermind behind the energy arena. And what Doug is, he's a former professional hockey player. He got an academic scholarship to the Anchorage of Alaska. He's a Canadian. All Canadians obviously want to play hockey, but he was in the less than 1%ers to play professional hockey. He's an overachiever. He's a competitor, but he's a genius in math. Okay, I'm going to let you guys know that. Doug, and with his father, he just trained the living daylights out of Doug when it came to math and business. And when Doug was in the end of his career, getting into his 30s, he was in England playing with the English elites, and he decided to go out there and help the energy arena to regulate Europe. And I'm talking about Scotland and England and some of those areas in Europe. They're all deregulated there, guys, in Europe, okay? But what was really cool is he fell in love with a lady there, and she lived in Toledo, Ohio. Now you know where our home office is. Doug moved to Toledo, Ohio. From his kitchen table, he started to do his energy business, started to have relationships with suppliers across the country in the Ohio Valley, IGS Energy, Integris, Vectren, Volunteer, all these different companies, and he was responsible for more than $80 million in billing from that place in his home. People were saying to Doug, can I learn what you're doing? And he said, of course, I got to figure a vehicle out there where I can bring this to the market. Well, he found this gentleman named Mr. Bill Hoffman. Mr. Hoffman is in the 1% of 1% money earners in network marketing history. Not just this year, not just in the last 10 years, but in history. When you make $20+ million in an industry that is this big, you're in the top 1%. But Mr. Hoffman was mentoring Doug, and they became business partners here, guys. They are co-owners of Consumer Choice Marketing, which is our marketing arm. And what I love about it is that we have the experience on the marketing side we're being mentored every single day by a multi-million dollar earner in the industry who is now an insider. He understands what the field needs out here in sales and in marketing and the products that we have, okay? Thus, these two came together. I call it one of the greatest bromances in America because this company is exploding right now. The markets that you're hearing opening right now are massive, multi-billion-dollar markets, not multi-million, multi-billion, and I'm excited about that, and I want to show this to you guys. IGS Energy is one of our powerful partners, and they have a financial interest with us. These guys, I call them the grandparents of energy deregulation in Ohio. They wrote some of the first deregulated businesses with like Wendy's and some of the big hospital chains here. But what they're really known for, guys, is innovation. And at the end of this PowerPoint, you're going to see a couple things that I know you cannot recognize, and I'm going to let a little secret out of the bag tonight, especially if you're one of the brokers on the phone. You're going to understand where that's coming from. But what's nice about these guys is they are so big that they have one of the top ratings in America for buying power, for customer service. They have an A++ rating. They just purchased those two companies down there in the that you can see right there on the screen. And what's nice about that is they go out into an area. They purchase a company, Accent Energy and Dynawatt, and all of a sudden we're selling residential, commercial, small commercial, large commercial, industrial energy in that area. And I think that's pretty strong because that gives us it gives us access to 100% of the market, not just 13%. You guys, residential energy in America only covers 13%. Commercial covers 79%. Which market do you want to be in? The 13% or the 79%, or both? We're in both because of IGS Energy. And like I said earlier, these guys are expanding their operations. They're building another building just like that one on the lot next door to them. That is a 100,000 square foot high-tech building in Dublin, Ohio. And that building, the new building, will house their electricity division. That's just their natural gas division, okay? They're building right now liquid natural gas stations, I think 73 of them in Pennsylvania as we speak. You're going to see some of those at the end of the presentation. They're also building some in West Virginia, Ohio, and like I said, there are conversions happening right now for trucking companies, car companies, and they're converting because natural gas is efficient, and it's like half the price of gasoline, and on top of that, the emissions are less on the with the biofuels, as you should know. Okay. This is one of our partners, and we absolutely, when we see these guys, we give them high fives. They have taken us, to the extreme on the energy markets, and we love having them because they're well respected. Our industry that we're in, what are the experts saying? Recently commented, Warren Buffett said energy will be the largest transfer of wealth in our lifetime, and a lot of people use this phrase. They never explain it. If you're in your market right now and you have a local utility and it was found to be a monopoly, it was deregulated, they're a monopoly, they got to sell off their customers. They have to. That's the law. They can't profit from natural gas or electricity anymore. They're multi-million, if not multi-billion-dollar companies, and we get to get between them and take some of that wealth. That wealth is transferred to companies like us. Right now, yeah, we don't even have 1% of the market out there. That's our goal, but what I'm trying to tell you is that there's hundreds of companies like us who are trying to get in that market. But imagine this. 100 companies getting even 0.5% would make you a multi-billion-dollar company in this industry. That's how big it is, okay? Another guy, Mr. Gates, everybody knows who he is. He recently commented that energy deregulation is the next major market to be involved in. We know that. But everybody out there that are using these two gentlemen in their companies are doing residential. Nobody is talking about the hospitals and the large manufacturing plants and the chain and the box stores and the multi-units, the multiple restaurants. No one's doing that because you know why? They don't have divisions that could do that. They are not a non-biased broker like we are. They have one supplier We have multiple suppliers. We have relationship with multiple suppliers, and I'll explain more of that as we get through the presentation. Energy deregulation, the wave is coming. I want to say it's here, okay? I mean, my kids are not going to be part of the energy deregulation, and my parents aren't. I mean, that's a fact. And you want to be on top of that wave. You know, Mr. Hoffman, our CMO, always says in the meetings, you know, even a bad surfer, when he catches the right wave, he makes it to the beach. Listen, you're here at the right time. It doesn't matter if you're a good marketer or a bad marketer. It doesn't matter if you're a good recruiter or a bad recruiter. If you're good at building sales teams or bad at building sales teams. We are the next big hero on the block. We are taking advantage of this wave, and we want you to be a part of it tonight. If you're a guest on this call tonight, this is for you. This is for you to look at what we're doing, take down some notes, make sure you're going to get back with the person that brought you here and get your questions answered because, guys, there are teams that are just absolutely knocking this thing out of the box. There's a guy that's down in southern Ohio. He's under one of my national directors, Mike Healy. His name is Kurt, and I was just told by the company he just submitted another 5 million kilowatts. 5 million kilowatts just this week alone. Guys, when it closes, that's a $5,000 pay raise. Now, you and I both know this is a network marketing company, but there is no other network marketing out there company saying in 1 week you could submit enough business to get a $5,000 pay raise this year. We know it, they know it, and now you know it. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about being with a company that writes business in 34-plus states, okay? We lead with commercial, and we're willing to knock the door down right now. I mean, my friend Mike says this is an adult Easter egg hunt. If you're in one of those gray states right now listen to me. If you look at that map, we just opened up the whole second half of the United States. The only state that we're not in the second half of the United States is a little state called Alabama. We're in all those other states, even the lighter gray areas from the halfway point down. We just opened up Colorado, Wyoming, New Mexico, Oklahoma. And guys, people they can't even imagine being in those states because you know why? They only are thinking about residential customers. We love residential customers. As a matter of fact, we can erase our monthly fees on residential customers being put into our business. We want to give you incentives. This month coming right now, October, you're going to see incredible promos coming out on putting residential customers in. But really, guys, as you build your business long term, you want to go out there and hit a couple home runs. And you want to be, you want to be the guy that's overriding a team of a large group of brokers who are putting in a lot of volume. They're building their own business, their book of business, and I love that about Consumer Choice Marketing. This is a $750+ billion industry. Guys, when the whole country is deregulated, when all 50 are said and done and they're deregulated, it'll be over $1 trillion of valuable energy that we're looking at because we do both electric and gas. That's huge. That's huge right now. A piece of the action, our target. Our target is to capture 1% of the United States energy market within the next 5 years. It's a very, very aggressive objective, but listen, when we do that in this big industry, that will put about $125 million in energy sales per month generated by the CCM independent brokers into our business. But what's nice about that is we will be paying out because of that $25+ million per month to the independent brokers. That's based on a 60% payout. Oh my gosh! I mean, could you imagine the person that sponsored Kurt McGraw that just put in the 5 million kilowatts on whatever amount of companies that was? That means another $2,500, $7,500 combined, is going to be paid to the broker base with just 1 week of work. That's unheard of. We know it, and I want you guys to understand. This is why people are looking at this and saying, I got to be there. Because we figured out to have the biggest residual payout in the industry, but we've also figured out how to bonus you and allow you to get paid on Fridays. And as I go through the compensation plan, you're going to understand what we're talking about. The product, it's a perfect product. Everyone uses it. There's no cost to switch. Nothing changes for the customer. There's no inventories. There's no deliveries. There's no collections. Everything is taken care of for you. Everything is done for you. The billing never changes. The energy doesn't stop for when they switch over their business to us. As a matter of fact, the bill stays the same from the same local utility. We're in the middle of the page as their supplier. That's pretty cool because a lot of people always moving into a new market, like we just moved into Kentucky, And a lot of people are like, well, is my gas going to get turned off while I wait for, the bills to switch over? We're like, no, no, no. No, that is the old school stuff that used to happen back in the day. That does not happen anymore, and everything is pretty much effortless for the consumer. All they have to do is give us the permission to do an analysis for them and switch them over. They must give us the permission to do that, and then we will give them the permission to what? To have a savings, guys. That's pretty strong here. Additional services that we have at Consumer Choice Marketing. You see a lot of those companies, they'll do residential energy and maybe light commercial, but they won't go out there and help the residential customer with all the essential products. If you look here, you're going to see cell phones, which is wireless. You're going to see all the internet products, the bundles, the U-verses, the direct TVs. You're going to see, the Time Warner products. You're going to see Phone Power, which is greater than any Vonage product on the earth. It's ranked third, while Vonage is ranked 54th. What I'm telling you this for is because we are a direct broker with these companies. I am telling you guys as I sit here, you will never purchase another cell phone from AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, or Verizon ever again at one of their stores. It will be directly through you, okay, and you will have a savings on all those phones. We are getting broker fees and broker savings. My phone I just bought a little bit ago is called the Droid Razr Max. It's got the 3300 megahertz battery. It lasts for 3 days. It's the ultimate network marketer / home-based business entrepreneur phone because it never dies, okay? It was $199 on my website. It was $399 at the Verizon store. When I took it in to get my numbers ported over and to get my contacts sent over into my contact list, the gentleman at the Verizon store asked me where I got the phone from. They haven't even come out yet. So that's the kind of business that we're in, guys. We are brokering directly with these companies, which means we are going to pay you broker commissions, not commissions from a rep position in someone's downline for going out there and sending it times 15 levels, and you're making 13 cents per level. We're talking about big broker upfront commissions, bounties, and long what we want to call long residual income. The opportunity. It's a simple business model. We find new customers and we find business owners. Instead of paying Madison Avenue our advertising fees, we pay people like you who go out there and talk to their companies. Even the big multi-billion-dollar partners we have, like IGS and Integris and Tiger, and these companies ask, how are you guys getting into these companies, eking down in there, and finding the decision makers? Well, we're in network marketing. We all work for corporations. I work for Cisco Food Service. I was able to know who the person was that was the head of building maintenance that paid the bills there. If you knocked on our door, if you called directly, you would never get that person. There was a person called the gatekeeper standing between that. But because we cast a real big net, building large sales teams across America, everyone works for a company. Everyone works for a corporation, a warehouse, a manufacturing plant, and you're going to see some of the biggest customers that we have is because somebody knew somebody that was an insider. I know people who know brother-in-laws that run, they're like the COOs of casinos. I know people that have friends who are the people that take care of the billing for hospitals, and because of it, we've closed them all. It's ingenious to use this business model, which is network marketing or what we call word-of-mouth advertising. We pay you to go in there and eke down into these industries, and it allows us to find some of the best customers that we have. That's how we do it here. And the more you speak and the bigger you cast your net in your industry, because we have no targeted areas. All right. There's no parameters on where you can do your business. We can do it in all 50 states and all 34 that we do energy. All right. And we go out there and pay people like you for doing that. To get started, you have to purchase the online utility store. Now I want to slow down here because when you see $329 and $39.95 a month, I'm going to tell you that it's the ultimate product buy-in. And let me tell you why here. We are not selling you a rep position in somebody's downline. We are not telling you that you have to do this $329 package to join our company. Our online utility store is a product. It's the first product that we market before we market energy, okay? And what I mean by that is if you know someone that wants to be a broker, they need to purchase this. Because without the online utility store, they're not going to get 4 customized websites. They're not going to get all those products that we have there, but the thing in red is the most important. They will not have access to our commercial assistance program. I'm explaining that to you here in the next frame or so. And what that means is that you're not going to have anywhere to submit your commercial accounts to and get credit for them. You're not going to have anybody close those for you. We have 4 websites, and the reason why is I walk around and guys, write this down. You will find out we are the most flexible home-based business opportunity in the industry. And what I mean by that is if you want to go out there and sell online utility stores and not go out there and bring in business, you can do that here. If you want to go out and just bring in energy and not sell online utility stores, you can do that too. I choose to do both. I'm one of the top money earners in this company. Obviously, I've been here one of the longest. I should be. But on top of that, I brought the biggest team here because I sell the most online utility stores. It just makes sense. Then that means I have the most regional directors on my team. I have the most commercial accounts on my team. I have the most residential accounts on my team because I went out there. I said 5 years ago, I'm going to cast the biggest net and get the most amount of people out there. But it starts with the online utility store. $329. If you want to come into the business in what we call the Power Pack at $430, it's an extra $70. We give you 3 customers automatically, and you go out and get a $100 check on the following Friday. It's still $330, guys. It's a no-brainer package. Okay, it's one of those incentives we're running right now at the company that allows you to qualify faster so you can make an earning faster. Guys, there's a commercial site that goes with this. Think about it. If I walk into a business and it's a McDonald's and I see the owner sitting in the back doing the books, and I say to him, "Hey, Joe, my name's John Rakuten. I'm the national director of a network marketing company that wants to do your utility business. We want your bills. If you go get me a copy of your bills, we're going to have someone do a free analysis." When I give him my card and I leave, he is going to throw it right into the garbage can. As soon as he finds out that it's a network marketing opportunity, because there has always been bad connotations out there about this industry, he's going to do that. Now, I walk in there with my what? With my CAP card or my Options Utility Brokerage card. I say, "Hey, Joe, my name's John Rakuten. I'm a non-biased utility broker. If you go and get me a copy of last month's utility bill, I'll have a free analysis done for you to see if you're being overcharged. And Joe, by not having this free analysis done, you could be losing thousands of dollars." Joe looks at me and says, "John, I've never heard of Consumer Choice Marketing or Options Utility Consulting. What is that?" Well, go to my website. On my website, it will talk about commercial natural gas, commercial electricity, and commercial telecom. There will not be anybody prospecting him. There will not be any sizzle calls. There will not be any marketing videos. It's all for the consumer who is a commercial consumer to look at us and find out who we really are and what we do in this industry. Now, if I want to recruit somebody, they get my business card on my networking side. They go to my websites and they get to go to my Team CM site and look at all the videos and the comp plan and everything else. If it's a residential customer, I send them to the page you see right there, the My Utility Brokers page. They click on TV, bundles, natural gas, electricity. They can even use our calculator that tells them how much we're going to save them yearly on our products. We've separated all of these entities so that you have the flexibility to go get customers, go get commercial customers, and find brokers all separately, guys, because what that does is it gives you the flexibility to go out and do what you're good at. All right, we want you to have the product line here, but we want you to have the website that allows you to go do what you're good at. The 4th site is a capture page. It's a capture page that is what we call our lead generation and lead management tool, and we love that, okay? Now, the commercial assistance program, I'm going to slow down a little bit here because once you join for $329, you have access to this division. This division was doing commercial energy long before we became Consumer Choice Marketing. These guys have the experience in the large commercial, large industrial, small commercial, multi-units. I mean, guys, these guys close hospitals, local municipalities. They close incinerators. They close prisons. You name it, they've done it. Box stores. It is just amazing what I've seen these guys do in just the last 5 years. As a matter of fact, they share a piece of the pie with us. So on a Friday, if you were that guy Kurt that submitted all those bills on, let's say, Friday at 4 o'clock, they're not going to sit on someone's desk until Monday morning. See, Mr. Teskey, like I said before, he's a genius in his industry. He figured out a way to pay them a commission and pay us a commission, and they do all the work. Watch how this works now. That's me in the right-hand corner, and I got my headset on, and I go to this guy Joe at a McDonald's, and I says, "Hey, Joe, I need to get your bill from you. I want to see if I can do a free analysis for you to see if you're being overcharged. I gather the information. I get 1 month bill. Most commercial bills show a 12-month what? A 12-month cycle of what they've used previously, right? I take that information, I submit it in my back office. I do what's known as submitting a lead, okay, generating a lead in there, a commercial lead, and it goes right to the CAP division. The information goes to the energy experts. They get the letter of authorization. They do the free analysis. They run over all the options with that contact person. They close that person. In 2 years, when it comes out of a contract, they renew that person. Guys, this is the secret behind consumer choice marketing. And why haven't the others figured it out? You want to know why? Because they're loyal to one supplier with one pricing. That all they care about is they go out there and they get their $20 bounties per customer residentially. They don't care about the customers. We not only care about the customers, but this division alone is already going out and closing 75% of all submissions and retaining 91% of all commercial accounts for the history of the company. Imagine, once you build a book of business, the CC Energy experts close the deal for you. And then guess what happens? You make the dollars on that, not just in your first year and your second year, but as long as that customer is on the books with us. We don't take that customer from you in 1 year like those other companies do and stop paying you on them. This is the difference between us and the sky and them. I'm going to tell you guys this. There is nobody else that does this. If this isn't making your socks go up and down right now, I'm doing a horrible job, all right? This is the part of the business that allows a person to go out there and recover their 401k, help them with their retirement, change their financial situation almost within the next 90 to 120 days out. Guys, please pay attention to this and make sure the person that brought you this webinar explains this to you in detail, because this is the shining star that we have out there in the industry right now. Here's a couple examples. This is a large church in Ohio. It was in the AEP market, which is Columbus area. It was using about 914,000 kilowatts. That's almost $1 million, okay, so it'll pay about $914 a year in commissions, okay? And that comes monthly, guys. On the 25th of the month, we get paid on energy. On Fridays, we get paid for our teams being built. Now look at this. We show a 12-month savings of what, 37%? We show a 24-month savings of 33%. We show a 36-month of 29%. This is what the customer is going to get faxed to them or given to them by the CAP division. What I love about this, guys, is it doesn't matter if we save them 1% or 40%. You make the money on the usage. They're always going to use 914,000 kilowatts, okay? I love this because we're paying you on the volume and the product, not on what you save that customer. Now, if you look at this here, you're looking at a large food service house, 22 million kilowatts. That means that this person right here is going to, once this deal was closed, is going to make $22,000 a year. That's a $22,000 pay raise, everybody, plus another $11,000 will be paid to the organizational structure leadership. This is phenomenal, and this was a 14% saving for a 1 year, a 9%, and a 2.6 over 3. And this person decided to do it because we saved them a lot of dollars on this account. Now, here's a comparison in consumers, which I believe this was a nursing home up in Michigan. And on the left side, it shows the actual 12-year period and what they paid. Their expenditures last year were $58,800. If they would have been with CCM at $5.74 dollars per MCF, they would have saved $10,664. So we're trying to show you guys what we are not just doing out there in the industry, but what we're proposing. We show them a history of what they would have saved with us if they would have been with us over the last year. Pretty phenomenal. And the last one, this is a small manufacturer. It's 116,000 kilowatts. That's roughly going to be $116 paid out. I mean, think about it. If you submit this one little account, it's going to cover your monthly fees. Guys, if you want to get rid of your monthly fees, which is $39.95, you just give us 25 customers, we're going to erase that for you. I love that part about the business. We're showing you a way to zero out your dollars, and I haven't even gotten a way to make money yet. This is just on the product that we sell, which is energy. 2 ways to earn income. We enroll customers, and we build a team. Those are the only 2 things that we do. If this is you today, you came on board just now and you spent $329 to get into the business, you need to go out there as soon as possible and bring in 3 customers. It doesn't matter if they're your own. It doesn't matter if they're friends or family members. It doesn't matter if it's your company's. It doesn't matter if it's the local gas station or pizza place. It could be an electric customer, a telecom. It could be our Go Mobile card. It could be the U.S. Advantage products we have. It could be a bundle. Any 3 combination, we give you a $100 a check that's called the customer acquisition bonus. Now, you made $100. You've already gotten money back. You're at $229. My job tonight is to show you how to get a return on your investment. It is critical that you get your return on your investment. A lot of companies out there don't care about that return. They just take those dollars in and don't worry about everybody. They just say, listen, you're on your own. That's not going to happen here at CCM. Now, another bonus we have in your first 30 days, if you bring another 7 more product sales, you're going to get another $100 check. Okay? I'm just going to go with the 3. Okay, because everybody gets 3 customers. Most of the company gets paid the $100. Now watch this. Building a team is the second way. So if you bring us 3 customers and you bring us 2 brokers that want to purchase the online utility store, you're going to get $100 on each of those. Guys, guess when that's paid? That is paid on Friday. Okay? It gets paid to us on Friday. Now, what that means is that Thursday by 11 o'clock at night, I tell Sarah and Mike to get in the business, and they put down their credit card. They spend $329 each. On Friday morning, I get paid $200 plus the $100 from my 3 customers. I've almost erased my investment, guys, and that is what we're talking about. Your ROI has got to be done within the first 30 days. And we find that people that have done that have made regional director of this company overnight, and they've never left the company. Success is what? Is repeated. It's repeated, and guys, I want to tell you this. If we're paying you $100, $200, $300 a week, you're not going anywhere. So you now know what you have to do to go out there and hit this. But look at this. There's 10% check matches on those 2 people, Sarah and Mike. What I like about it is as soon as Sarah and Mike get their 3 customers, you get promoted. You see, we get paid immediately on the sale of the online utility stores without them having customers, but you cannot get promoted till they get 3 customers, and then you become a managing broker. Now watch this. There's Sarah, and there's Wendy, Mike, and James. You come out there and you bring 3 people in, right? 100 and 100. You made 100 on your customer points. That's $300. But by just bringing 2 more people in your first 30 days, you're going to make another $800. Now watch this. You make 150 and 150 on your 3rd and your 4th, which is Mike and James. You've been promoted. You're getting a 20% match on everything that they do and a 10% match to infinity. But you've personally earned $600 at this time. Just do the math. 150, 150 is 300, 100 and 100 is 500, 100 on your cab, which is you getting your 3 customers, and we're going to pay you a $500 commission. Guys, it's the lowest bonus in the industry. With just 4 brokers, you make $1,100 in commissions. If you go out there and this team does half of what you did in those 30 days, goes out there and gets 2 each, you made $1,100. You're making $50 checks to infinity in your new code. You're going to get another $1,000 bonus, guys. That's a minimum of $2,200, and you only put 4 people in. If you want to put all 12 in, you're going to make $3,400. If you want to put 6 of the 12 in, you're going to make around $2,800 to $3,000. And I'm telling you, this is part of the compensation plan, not a promo. It's part of what? It's part of our compensation plan. We will not promo recruiting here. In a lot of the companies we've been watching over the last 10 years in the energy industry, they promo recruiting, they get a big swell of momentum, they take away the promo, and it ends their momentum. And all their leaders leave and all their good people leave. Because, guys, you've got to have a compensation plan that pays excellent residuals on the back end, real residuals on real product, and great recruiting bonuses on the front end. If you do not have that, people leave. There's a company out there right now, it's free to get in. So what do you make to pay your bills on Friday? How are you paying your credit card bills? How are you paying your car payments? If it's free to get in, and they're touting it's the greatest thing on earth. I know people who have gotten there in their first 6 months and haven't made a thing because there isn't anything in. When there's nothing, no investment, you don't take your business serious. That's why we charge the $329. You're going to get 4 websites, and you're going to be able to do this, guys. It's exciting. It's actually exciting. Now, the benefits of becoming a regional director is what you saw on that last slide. That's 12 people on your team. Once you're a regional director, you are now maximizing the compensation plan. A regional director means you brought 4 people in yourself, and they've grown to 12. But check it out. Now you're getting $200 for every new person you bring in. That's paid on Friday. So if you put these 4 people in this week, okay, Lisa, Stacy, Nick, and Bill, on Friday you're going to get an $800 check. It's very simple. It's going to be deposited onto your Paylution card. You can put it into any bank account you want. But here's what's cool. Now the time limits go away. You're a leader in our company. You are now maximizing the compensation bonuses that we have through many generations of business here. You are not going to have leaders coded out anymore, okay? Watch what we do here. With just $200 per person for every independent broker that comes in your organization, you're going to match them 20%, and you're going to get a $100 check up top. So if your team built these 12 people in your first 30 days, let's say, or your second group of 30 days, you're going to get 800, 900, 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $1,600 off of the effort of just 4 people. But here's what's cool. For every 12 people that join your business with no time limit, this is not a promo. Every 12, we're going to cut you another $1,000 bonus. That's at number 12, 24, 36, 48, and so on. It's to infinity in this RD code. And then if you're promoted to executive director, the executive director code counts and the RD code counts together. And if you're promoted to a national director, your national director code is counted, your ED code is counted, and your RD code is all counted for 12. For every 12 that joins your team, you're going to get a $1,000 bonus. But watch this. As soon as you hit number 100, you've already made 8 $1,000 checks. That's 8 times 12 is 96. 4 more people come into your business. We're going to give you a $10,000 check, a bonus check. I will tell you this right now. I am not counting those 200s. I am not counting the $100 checks or $75 checks or $50 checks off those first 100, which is an average of another $7,500. Guys, the minimum you're going to make here for every 100 brokers you bring in is $25,500. Every single person that has hit the $10,000 bonus has made no less than $25,000. This is changing the industry. People come up to me and say they have the best compensation plan. I go, you never looked at mine. You never gave me a break to show it to you. I don't care about you getting paid 1,500 levels, a couple pennies on energy. I'm showing you a straight-up bonus that's paid every Friday with a $10,000 bonus hanging out there for every 100. If you're a builder on this phone call and you've built teams of 100, 200, 1,000, 2,000 people, imagine every 12 you're getting a $1,000 check, guys. That's crazy money. That's mailbox money, and you know it, and that's why we have the $329 out front. Think about it. Every broker that signs up on Friday, the company pays out roughly $360 on that broker, and they only put $329 in. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful compensation plan, and I want you guys to understand that this is the way to go, guys, okay? This is our new system that's out there. Now, the promotion levels are real simple. We have a independent broker, managing broker, regional director, national director, and we just added a new position called the presidential director, which nobody's hit yet. And there's only 5 national directors in the company. So you're here at a right time. And all those 200s and 225 and 250 mean is that's what's paid out for you bringing a personal, selling a personal online utility store that's paid to you on Friday. But look at the infinity overrides. You know, the power plays, the super power plays, all start at regional director, and that's 12 people. So what I like to tell you guys is, we have another residual product called, you can call it a unilevel, we call it the broker retention bonus, but we're going to pay you $5 to 11112 down 7 levels of a complete team. You know, a guy came to me the other day, and I think he was talking with you, Jeff, and he said, well, we pay a half a penny more on our residential customers. Yes, you do, but you don't have a unilevel. You see, guys, it's all relative. You know, some companies make you believe they pay more out, but nobody hits those numbers. And that's called what? That's called I don't want to say any bad words out there, but that's almost called smoke and mirrors is what it is. We want to make sure when a broker hits this business running, they get their money back within their first 30 days. We know they're not going anywhere, and we know regional directors aren't going anywhere for sure because that's the spot that puts the money in their pocket. This is our unilevel, okay? Perfect scenario, you'd make $3,800 if you just did 10% of that. We're at our foundation right now, guys, just coming out of foundation. We're in 34-plus states on natural gas, electricity, and commercial telecom. When we hit this growth phase, that wave I told you about, everybody's going to be doing good in this company, and we're just about to start that, okay? Just by the leaders on this call and some of the states that just opened up recently, some of the teams that I've seen growing, it is going to be an absolute adult Easter egg hunt over the next 15 years. And what I mean by that is there are going to be low-hanging fruit on businesses to submit. Everyone's going to be building a large book of business here, but what's really cool is no one else is doing it in the network marketing arena. We don't compare or compete with those guys. They can't compare in pricing, and they can't compare in the states we're in. Somebody told me today, yeah, we're doing this cool bonus, and we're paying $300 out for our first 3 customers. And I go, yeah, in 4 states. I go, I don't have people in those 4 states. I have them in my state, in the states that surround my state, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, okay? Little secret, guys, those are 2 machines that you're looking at that iGES Energy has produced. The one on the right-hand side is our commercial CNG pumping station, and the one on the left is the one that fits into a garage that is for conversions on cars, okay? It's going to enable energy independence. Down the road, I will tell you this. Our company will be aggressively marketing commercial natural gas, but also what is CNG, which is liquid natural gas, okay? I want you to know that. So these are little tidbits we're letting out. Those are from the home offices in IGS headquarters. Now, here's the greatest saying for Ray Kroc. A lot of people think Ray Kroc was great because he was in franchising. Not true. Ray Kroc was the ultimate systemizer. He created systems in McDonald's which guaranteed people that bought McDonald's X amount of dollars. What we're showing you today is the ability to recognize an opportunity when you see one. Our system is the online utility store. That online utility store, if you show it to people and you submit bills to it, it is going to generate you money, guys, okay? But you have got to have the ability to act on that opportunity. And I just want to leave that with you, okay? Get back with the person that brought you here. The presentation is over. I appreciate everybody being here. And you guys all have a wonderful day. And like I said earlier, there's a lot going on. If you're a new broker on the call today, don't forget about go to teamregional.com. We're having our Energy Breakthrough Summit on the 25th and 26th of October, and that's going to be in Perrysburg. You want to take what's called the Cubs training. It's the Certified Utility Broker School, which gives you a 10% raise on all the products that you sell. That's commercial energy all the way down to residential and every product that we sell on our Essential page for residential customers. So my name is John Rakatan. I had a wonderful time with you tonight, and just remember, guys, there's a big difference in going out there and making a living and having a life, and we want you to realize that. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. I'm going to stop the recording at